Chapter 20. What? Spyro's gonna lose his powers? But why? How? Cinder protested. Use all the crystal meth for use to attack Spyro. He was capable of draining his powers directly from his body, rather than the crude way Dark Master used to harness the powers of myself and the other Guardians. Thanks to you, his powers were stored partially. But by injecting Spyro with that crystal, he was able to weaken him enough so that it would be easier for Spyro to use up his powers later on. Is there anything I can do to reverse it? Cinder asked pleadingly. Ignite shook his head sadly. I'm sorry, Cinder, but the damage has already been done. All you can do is try and support Spyro as much as you can. You will need to be stronger than ever if you wish to protect him from Malfoy. I don't want to lose him. Cinder hung her head as a few tears escaped from her eyes. I have faith that Jim Spyro will make it through this. He held her chin up and looked down at her with his gentle eyes, relaxing her. As long as you two trust each other, there will be no force that can stop either of you. Thank you, Ignitus. Cinder brushed her tears away. I love you both. Ignitus leaned down and kissed on her forehead. You should get going, Cinder. It's almost sunrise. What? Cinder cocked her head curiously. How can you tell in here? There's no windows. Ignitus only chuckled. Already the moon was slipping away. Take care, Cinder, and look after Spyro. I will. The dragoness called as she watched him fade away. I'm sorry it's been somewhat crazy around here lately. Stella apologized as she and Lewin walked down to the dining hall. It was early morning, a couple of weeks after the attack on Spyro, and the candidates and the arrival of the man in weird smalls. I wish we could spend more time together, but... Lillian stopped her with a paw over her lips. You don't need to explain anything or excuse yourself. He smiled. I understand that as a guardian, you have certain obligations that need to come first. It just means that when I do see you, the time we have is that much more precious. You're so sweet. Sally giggled and kissed him on the cheek. Hey there, lovebirds! Sparks waved as the two entered the dining hall. In the past weeks, they had gotten much more crowded with the number of refugees living there. Good morning, Sally chirped in her usual cheerful manner as the two made their way towards their friend's seat in a circle, already wolfing down their morning meals. Cinder sat beside Spyro as usual, and Flame and Nimbus next to each other as well. Trimmer and Cannon stood set apart from one another, but continued to make side glances at one another when the other wasn't looking. How's everyone doing this fine morning? Lillian asked when the two of them had grabbed their food. The day was overcast with dark clouds. The wind was slight but added to the dismal atmosphere. Absolutely perfect, Sparks waved sarcastically. I couldn't have asked for more sunshine ever. He's mad because he feels that it's going to rain, Sparks explained, and rain makes it hard for him to fly. I see, Lillian nodded. That's too bad. I guess you'll be staying here by yourself then, he teased. Oh, heck no. I'm still going to tag along with you guys, but you had to listen to me the entire way. You had to get him going. Cinder rolled her eyes. What's wrong with getting me going? Sparks summoned across his arms. The fact that you've never seen a shadow battle once you do. Sparks chuckled. He was feeling much better now that his wounds were healed, if he did still feel a little bit tired. As the young dragons enjoyed their breakfast, Candace spotted Trimmer staring in her direction. He wasn't staring at her directly, but seemed transfixed on something. The dragoness looked herself over, thinking that she may have spilled on herself. When she found no sign of a man, she looked back at him. Tremor, what's wrong with you? She asked. The other dragons stopped what they were doing and glanced over to her, from her to him. Do you guys feel that? He asked. His expression hardened as he continued to stare off into space. Feel what? So as she looked around the dining hall. Taking the cue that Tremor was using Earth's powers, Sprout followed his thing and closed his eyes. Tremor watched the pro drug for a moment before speaking again. Do you feel anything? Sprout nodded. Yeah, it's faint, but there's definitely a disturbance in the earth. The other drugs looked at each other worriedly. Do you know exactly what it is? Flame asked. Tremor closed his eyes and focused harder. After a moment, he looked towards the door. Something is coming! He shouted, causing every hand in the dining hall to turn on them. Before anyone could say anything, Tremor was on his feet and bound out the door. Hey, wait for us! Sal called after him. The dragons left the food behind and went chasing after the earth dragon. Only Flame and Ember remained behind. Both knew what it was. The pink dragoness gave Flame a worried look. It's going to be okay, he whispered and kissed her snout. I'm not going anywhere. Ember smiled and turned away. She wanted to believe him, but the uneasy feeling in her stomach began to form in a pit of doubt and worry. The candidates followed Tremor to the upper levels of the tower, where they could get the best view of the lands beyond the city walls. They reached the top platform of the temple and began to survey the land. Tremor and Spyro stood together, staring hard at the mountains in the distance. The thick fog that covered them made it difficult to see much, but both dragons were sure that was where the sense were telling them to look. Do you see anything, Spyro? Cinder asked as she walked up to him. Not yet, but something's definitely headed our way. If it wasn't for that damn fog, it would be easier to see, Spyro grumbled. There! Tremor started causing out the dragons to jump. Right there! He pointed a sharp claw at the mountain range. The dragons all stared at where he was pointing. What is it? I don't see anything. Ken shook her head. There! Tremor pointed his claw again. In the mountains. You can't see it? No, I don't. What is it exactly? I can't tell. One man is coming this way. Cinder squinted into the distance. As her eyes scanned the fog-covered mountains top, she spotted something moving in the fog. Spyro? She turned to him, hoping that he had seen it too. Is it me, or does that mountain seem to be moving? Theodore! Flame shouted as he and Amber rushed in the temple. We have a problem. A big problem. He skidded to a halt in front of the Earth Dragon. I think it's him. Blasted Malefor! The guardian cursed and slammed his tail hard against the floor, shaking the walls. Your defenses haven't been finished yet. Are you certain it's him? Pretty much, Flame nodded. Tremor and Spot both said they felt something coming. And from what it sounds like, it's him. It's big. Theodore sighed. Alright then. I want you to raise the alarm and have all units go to their battle stations. Have the Guardians get the refugees to shelter. This battle will not be easy. The fewer instant casualties we have, the better. Yes, sir. Flame saluted with his wing and took off with Ember right on his heels. The two took to the air once they were outside and scanned the city for their friends. They spotted them up on a large pedestal above the main temple, looking out across the city towards the mountains. Neither firebreather took care to look. They knew the battle would be coming soon. Everyone, listen up! The Fire Guardian shouted as he and Ember landed. We need to get the refugees to shelters. We're expecting a battle any time and it's going to be big. We have to hurry and make sure they all get to safety in time. Leave it to us, Stella nodded. She turned to Leon. You now will gather the man we're smalls. Candace, you and Tremor had the cheetah tribe. Gotcha. The two dragons done in unison without even thinking twice about their unity. The four dragons followed Flame and dove over the edge of the platform. We should keep the guards out. We should help the guards out, Sparge suggested Cinder. The dragon is nodding and they head towards the edge of the platform. Spyro. The two dragons turned to see Ember standing alone with her head hung low. Spyro and Cinder both noticed her trembling. Ember? What's wrong? Spyro asked as they walked back to her. It's Flame, she whimpered. What about Flame? The pink dragon couldn't look at him. She felt really selfish for what she was about to ask. I'm scared. This new enemy. I'm scared he's going to kill Flame. How do you know? Cinder asked. Moya told us why they had come to Warfang. The volcano that resided within was stationed over a prison, which had a monster of such destructive power. Its very essence was the reason the volcano was so unstable. Sparrow's eyes widened. Boy, Sid Big was the center of so many bad memories. His first encounter with Cinder and how she nearly destroyed him and Theodore, and where she had captured Ignatius who had tried to save him. What exactly is this monster? Sparrow wasn't sure how to consult the dragoness. What doesn't matter? Sparks demanded. The key word there is monster. What more do you need to know? The monster is called Titanus, Ember continued. According to Theodore, Creo and Fortier, Titanus is the most powerful dragon rivaling the Dark Master. Oh my god, Cinder gasped. He was a very gifted fire dragon, from what I've heard, and he reached an almost spiritual level before he began to hold himself above all others. When the dragon elders confronted him, his greed overtook him. He was banished, but a year later he attacked the temple as a horrible, twisted monster. The Guardians were almost unable to stop him. He was the first Fire Guardian who managed to defeat Titanus. But what? Sparks pushed. Let her say it, Sparks, Sparks quoted. It cost him his life. Ember began to cry. The only way to beat Titanus is with fire. I know Flame was really powerful, but I don't want to die because of him. Because of this. I love him too much. She finally looked up at Spyro and Cinder. Please, Spyro. I'll never ask for anything from you for the rest of my life. Just please, don't let Flame die. Ember. Spyro was hesitant for a moment, but at last he placed a comforting paw on her shoulder. I promise you, I'll look at the flame and protect him if necessary. The pink dragon smiled through her tears, feeling a little better. Thank you, Spyro. Cinder watched as Ember calmed herself down before taking off to help prepare for the coming fight. She stared at Spyro, who was watching the mountains again. She admired his desire to protect those he cared about. But didn't she remember the warning she had been given from Ignitus? She hadn't told Spyro about it in fear it would cause him to do something irrational. Spyro, she said, breaking the silence. What is it, Cinder? Promise me, you'll be careful. She gazed deep into his eyes. Something she felt she hadn't done in a long time. I would hate to lose you too. I promise. Cinder cut him off as she pressed her lips to his. I know you will, she said in her mind. You don't need to say it. Several hours passed. The tension could be felt from all who stood, ready to defend the Dragon City. The outer wall was lined with mole soldiers and cheetah warriors. The remaining men were small, scrambled to finish the final preparations on the wall's new defense installments. Pterodor and the other guardians paced along the outer wall, watching the mountains. Spyro and Cinder walked alongside them, watching the range as well. Sparks flew out to full tier. So, how big is this Titanus guy anyway? Well, that remains to be seen, Fortier replied. I have never laid eyes on him myself. Titanus was far before even Malefor's time. But legend has it he is a dragon as large as the mountain itself. The Goliath is said to have swallowed entire villages in a single gulp. Sparks swallowed hard. Wow. I do not envy you guys who have to fight him. I don't think you envy anyone who has to fight, Sparks. Spyro turned his head up at them. I may not fight like you do, hero boy. Dragonfly placed his fist in the thorax. But I'm always there to support you. Spyro laughed. Yep, there's no doubt in my mind about that, buddy. There better not be. Otherwise I'd have to change my mind about fighting. Oh, brother. Spyro seemed to roll their eyes. Contact! The dragons turned to see Tremor jump up from his resting spot beside one of the catapults. He had been laying there with his eyes closed and listening to the earth intently. Now he was wide awake and glared out towards the mountains. Every head turned and every jaw dropped. The thunder of crumbling stone echoed across the land as the mountain was turned to dust. By the ancestors, Fortier gasped. A gigantic foot emerged from the cloud of dust and slammed into the ground. The earth shook and everyone wobbled slightly. Slowly, another foot began to emerge. Gosh, sure takes a sweet time, Sparks sighed in irritation. Then the head appeared. The long, narrow snout of the dragon pushed through a cloud of smoke, billowing from its nostrils. The dragon's mouth opened and finally a roar shook the land. The moles and cheetahs all cringed and covered their ears. When the sound died away, Sparks' eye twitched. Mommy? What's he doing? Candace asked. She had sitting on the other side of the catapult, away from Tremor, but now was moving up beside him. Titanus held his mouth open from the roar and seemed to be frozen in time. Maybe he's yawning? Tremor shrugged. Candace gave him a dirty look. What? What do you want me to say? I have no clue what he's doing. All at once, light began to grow in the back of the dragon's throat. The ground began to shake again. Oh shit! Tremor gasped. Everyone, take cover! Incoming! He tackled Candace, shouting himself in an earth field. The other guys took the air to the moles and cheetahs scattered. There was a bright yellow flash. Then the beam of fiery energy burst from the dragon's mouth. The grass across the plains burned from the intense heat. Spyro cringed as he placed himself between the fire and cinder. The beam shot off the city wall, immediately burned the stones before striking the city itself and burning a hole through the mountain.